Hey, the YouTube is Gun73 making another episode of Knife Talk, and today we're going to be talking about detents. Now, mostly detent strength. Now, really, there's, at least in my opinion, you can have there's a wide range. I mean, it can be nearly anything, but the main categories, at least in my opinion, are, weak, sort of a medium, and then strong. Now, some of these here I have are sort of all over the spectrum, and, an example of a weak detent, at least in my opinion, would be something on the original Spyderco paramilitary. It's just, if you listen, you can hear it. When the blade closes, you can just hear that little noise, and that's the usually just the ball detent on the compression lock. Not in this, I don't know if it's a ball detent on this one, but you can see the compression lock. I'll get up nice and close here. You can see how the, no, it didn't want to focus. Focus! Alright, you can see when I close the knife, the compression lock moves ever so slightly, pushing against the blade, which is putting pressure on the blade, which is keeping it closed. Now, like I said, on the Para 1, it's not the best. It's really easy. You could probably just flick that open if you wanted to. Now, on the Para 2, oh, sorry about that bump there. It's a little bit louder. If I zoom in back here, I know it doesn't look like much of a difference, but the difference is leaps and bounds different. And then the rest of these here are sort of on the stronger side. One very, very, very strong detent, or this isn't really more of a detent, this is more of a self-close. And a detent is actually where you have a ball that sits in the little, milled out cup on the blade that keeps it closed. This one is just more of a self-close, and the knife just wants to stay closed. You can see that if I'm here, it's sucking the blade back. You can see the lockback thing moving there. Lockbacks have very strong self-closes. This thing is not coming open in your pocket. I mean, you have to really want it to become open. So that's nice. The only downside to a strong detent like that, in this case, it's a little hard to open. Flippers, manual flippers at least, tend to also have stronger detents. You can hear that's just the detent sitting. And you can see that little ball hole, circular round hole right there. That is where the ball detent is on this knife. So kind of hard. I'm not even sure if you can notice that. Can you see the movement there? A lot of the movement is really minute, and it's kind of hard to pick up. But it is there. Military here is another example. So you could see it sucked in, let me see. It was my finger was like that high off. So the knife, the detent sucked the blade in from that high up, which is nice. The Sabenza here, this one you can see it does not have the ball bearing hole thing, doesn't go all the way through. It's just on the inside. Let me see if I can pick that up. You can hear the knife come off the ball detent when you're opening it. Sorry for that bump. You can hear right here, coming up, right there. That's where it's coming off the ball detent. Right there, then the locking gauges. So some knives like the Sabenza have sort of a two-stage engagement. You're opening it up and you feel it come off the detent, right there, and the knife opens. So, interesting. Is any one better or worse? Well, not really. If you have a strong detent, it's nice because it'll stay closed. But if you're doing like a thumb stud knife like this, they're kind of harder to open slowly. They're really easy to open quick though, because you build up a lot of pressure when you're opening it, and then once you break the detent, all that force you've built up opens the blade very fast. That's why, sorry about that, my voice. That's why you see a lot of custom flippers and higher end flippers with like ball bearing systems like the Tilt. They tend to have a stronger detent. Like an RJ Martin, just custom, just for example, have insanely heavy detents because you're sitting there building up all this pressure, and then they have the the ball bearing pivot, so you're building up all that pressure, and then you overcome the detent, and now the blade has a lot of force with the bearings. It just rockets open. So that's how those work. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the views. Requests are welcome, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.